Counting down the final minute before the start of the championship heat here on Lake Mead for the Las Vegas Cup. Mitch Evans and the Appian Geronimo hoping to find a way to upset Dave Villwock and the Miss Budweiser. Villwock hoping to make it his 8th win in 9 events this year, which would be a new record.
Last trip up the back straightaway for the Budweiser before the start, and Dave Villwock has it parked in lane 1. If he's able to keep it there, if he has the speed about right, it's going to be very tough here. We do have 6 boats on the water here for the final, and that makes a big difference when you're dicing for position. That's Mitch Evans bringing the Appian Geronimo up to chase the Budweiser around that first turn before the start. And there's the Bud in lane 1. He appears, John, to be in a very good position here.
Both boats, the Appian and the Bud, slowing just a bit as they come through that final turn and down the straightaway toward the start-finish line. Budweiser's on the inside. Appian Geronimo is in lane 2 as we look, and Wildfire in lane 3.
Steve David on the outside in the Deja Vu, and the other 2 boats are in there, but they are between rooster tails. You can't see them from this angle. Budweiser with a perfect start, but the Appian Geronimo with great boat speed is going to pull right up beside him, and look at this boat race into the first turn.
From the O'Doul's eye in the sky, the 2 boats paired up in the front, Budweiser on the inside and the Appian Geronimo. Then paired up behind them, the Wildfire and Steve David in Deja Vu. Here comes the Budweiser for the first time down the back stretch, and it looks as if he's opening a pretty good lead on Appian Geronimo. There somewhere in his rooster tail, we can't see Mitch Evans' boat right now.
You could just see a little bit of the silhouette of the second rooster tail coming up there. Now, as the Budweiser turns toward us, you'll see Mitch Evans. He's right there. He's right on the hip of the Budweiser as they come down to complete lap 1.
First time around that very rough turn 2, handled pretty well by both drivers there, but Villwock opened up a pretty good lead as they come around for the first time across the start-finish line. A little bit of walking there by Mitch Evans and the Appian.
Remember, the Appian Geronimo is a sister ship to the Pico American Dream, which over the last couple of seasons has given the Budweiser a lot of trouble as well. Now the Wildfire running in 3rd place. And that would be an outstanding finish for the Gregory team if they were to get 3rd place here in the Las Vegas Cup, a brand new team.
136 miles an hour first lap speed for Dave Villwock as we look from the O'Doul's eye in the sky at the lead he has over Mitch Evans and Appian Geronimo. That 136, 5 miles an hour slower than Dave did first lap in the last heat.
Remarkable how smooth Lake Mead looked in that overhead shot. Down here we see it's considerably rougher, and as we've talked all day, this is the turn that's causing the problems. And right now, the boat getting the best of it is the Budweiser out ahead of the Appian Geronimo.
Dave Villwock very pleased with the setup his team has given him in this boat, able to handle those rollers pretty well. Appian Geronimo, Jerry Rice's boat in 2nd place, but a good distance behind the Budweiser, looking for some kind of a break.
Often we see the boat ride make a difference. The hull that's getting the best ride across the top of the water might produce an advantage, but the front 2 boats appear to be handling it just about the same. Now look at this race for 3rd place. It's the Elam on the inside, the Wildfire on the outside. They are quite a ways behind the leaders, but they are really hooked up in a great race for 3rd place.
And there's also a really good race going on for 5th place between Steve David and Deja Vu as we look from the O'Doul's eye in the sky. It's the last pair now coming into the turn, and it is Easter Seals with Jerry Hale driving up in the front. Budweiser still holding the lead over Appian. Here's the race for 3rd place. Wildfire now opening up a lead over Jimmy King in the Elam Plus.
But he had a big lead over the Elam Plus on the first lap, so Jimmy King has come up to challenge for 3rd place. Meanwhile, the leaders continue to go at it. A bit of a bobble on the part of the Budweiser, and the Appian Geronimo is going to be right there to take over the lead.
Mitch Evans not giving up the chase at this point. Certainly, if he can't catch the Budweiser, he wants to hold on to that good lead he has for 2nd. From this angle, the Elam Plus ahead of the Wildfire, but now as they come closer to us, look at the Wildfire move right up on Elam.
That's that top end we talked about. This old boat loves to run at the top end. Mark Webber tells us it just wants to go and go and go. He's sorry to see the turn come, and now he moves by the Elam temporarily at least back into 3rd place.
This is the battle we saw, by the way, in Heat 3. The 2 guys from Michigan, Jimmy King and Mark Webber. And Mark Webber is so excited to be a part of this team. But here is the team that right now defines unlimited hydroplane racing. Miss Budweiser, Dave Villwock driving the Red Rocket to a record 8th win on the year. Mitch Evans in hot pursuit, but he's not going to get there. Miss Budweiser across the finish line. Dave Villwock takes the checkered flag and has broken the record with his 8th win in 9 starts this year. A strong second place for Mitch Evans and Jerry Rice's Appy and Geronimo. Now, here comes the race for third place. The two guys from Michigan on the inside, Jimmy King and the Elan Plus. On the outside, coming wide, Mark Webber. That may cost him. Down toward the checkered flag. Elam on the inside has got the lead. On the outside, Mark Webber in the Wildfire. Elan Plus ahead of the Wildfire, but Wildfire, oh, he got really loose there and brought it back down nose to nose. But Elan Plus appears to have taken third place in a tremendous race between, again, these two guys from Michigan. Jerry Hale bringing in Bob Fendler's Easter Seals Ski-Doo behind Steve David and Jim Harvey's Deja Vu, which takes fifth. A perfect day for Miss Budweiser. Appy and Geronimo in second place in the final and the overall points accumulated.